My experience with pain body work has been, well, to summarize, it's like going from being in the mud to being in clear water. You can go into a session and talk about what you think is bothering you. The journey that you take through the session brings you to something you were totally not aware of that you were reacting to. An example is before I had this hand surgery, I came to have a session to alleviate what I thought was just like natural pre-surgery anxiety. I had a sense there was something else to it because my physician is one of the best hand doctors there are, and this was a much needed surgery and it was going to alleviate the pain and the limitations I had been experiencing for years. But I still had this nagging anxiety. So we begin just discussing the nature of what I felt. And the steps in the session brought me around to realizing that the anxiety I was feeling that was triggered by this upcoming surgery was really something that got put in my head when I was 2.5 years old and had my tonsillectomy. I remember everything about that surgery. It was very traumatic, and I got in touch with the fact that that was my very first experience of pure terror. And to a little 2.5-year-old kid, the parents were gone, and here all these strangers were administering, weird stuff. I had no idea when I came to this session. I didn't even think about this tonsillectomy that I was having. But it came up just through the pain body release. This pain body session went very deep, and it goes deeper in graduations through the session, and you get really deep with yourself, and it uncovers a lot of things of which you stay conscious of. It's not like hypnotism where you don't remember it when you wake up. You remember everything that you discuss during the session, and that's the beauty of it, because you can remember it later and go, oh yeah, that was that. So this session brought about this terror that I experienced. My parents, who were the two protectors that I trusted, as a 2.5-year-old, your parents are gods. They are God to a little kid. They abandoned me. They were not there. So, of course, they didn't abandon me because they were in the next room freaking out, hearing me screaming on the top of my lungs. But this little kid felt abandoned, alone with her terror, and felt completely out of control. And that brought about in my life, that wrote on that clean page from that little kid that you have to have control, and that the people you love and trust the most will abandon you. Well, this got uncovered in that session, and it also made me realize that I have brought about having no control and trying to have control over many things in my life to try to heal that original situation. And that's really how pain body release works. This is a generalization, but it helps you uncover where the old programming came from, and it helps you to see, and you can get a glimpse of your whole life in a moment. Talk about life flashing before your eyes, because you remember, it's like, oh yeah, that's why I've always drawn things into my life that have made me try to work out that belief system and heal it.